So here we go with another double cast. We are on Hilly Plateau now. We have a 4v4, so we're finally going to make use of our double casting abilities here, doing a team game instead of 1v1, and we'll see what happens. We have some good players in this one.
Yep, there's some random players, some better players. It's average Joes with a couple really good ones mixed in. Armageddon is kind of leading the bottom team here. The other side has Marco, who is also pretty good. I think hopefully it's pretty well balanced. But you can see BC Ramak up front together with Marco. They're pretty good double. That should
Yeah,
balance out
it
Armageddon.
should be a solid front, yeah, for that team. They also have Pascal and Koff. I think Koff is Swedish. I've seen him before. He's pretty decent.
Yeah, and Pascal, if he applies his sentence skills, he's a good sentence player. The top side might have a good air player.
So we have Pop Join, yeah, on the
Yeah,
bottom.
SWE Sweden.
Furier and
Yeah,
Meissen.
a bunch of Swedes.
Yeah, so it looks like, yeah, Sweden is
Yeah.
very well represented in this one. So we're gonna see what happens on this map. In team games, it's really important to decide how many people are going to the middle, and
Yeah,
I,
it's everybody. If somebody doesn't show up, I really hate it. I mean, if you didn't, you have to have a good excuse when your ACU isn't in the middle. You got to be doing something useful, because I mean, there's quite a bit of mass there, and taking that position where you can put radar there, cruise missiles on this map, absolutely devastating. And I think if you look at it, there's so many chokes and everything, and if you take the middle, you can really cut off quite a few of those passages.
yeah, there are a lot of chokes here, as you said, and so controlling the middle early on is absolutely critical. We see all four from the top going, and only two from the bottom are on their way as of yet, and Pop Join isn't even planning to go there. He's going up. Meissen is being a little unclear. He's rushing a transport with no other factories.
Yeah, he's gonna put engineers in it, I guess.
What is
Maybe he thinks it's Steam or something. He's gonna take his ACU and drop
Yeah,
it in the middle.
exactly.
I don't know.
I
Strange build.
actually I have no idea what he's doing. This is exciting.
This could be creative. Let's see what goes into the transport.
Okay, yeah, his two
An
engineers.
engineer. Well, I guess this could be good. I mean, it's dangerous
he-
because of the other side one interceptors.
At least packing both engineers. I assume he might be getting this third one on. Nope, he's just gonna go with one, and he changed his mind.
Changes.
It gets
This has been pretty good so far. This is where you learn the mechanics of the game. If you're gonna do a transport, prepare your units somewhere outside of power generators,
Oh god,
so they're ready to go.
This is ridiculous.
And to see.
He said,
Okay, let's not look at Meissen
Yeah.
for a while. Let's look in the middle. We got 2v2 here. Ramak and Marco Box got point defenses planned. Führer and Armageddon. Let's see. Armageddon is one of those players that's extremely good.
yeah, he's good whatever he's doing, so I expect him to be able to reclaim more than his opponents. So Bramak and Marco rushing for a point defense, I really don't like this because not only the big chunks of mass are on the outside of the point defense range, but you can just go around that, and these two have lost so much time that they could have been spending reclaiming.
Yeah, but this is now very, very dangerous. You can see 4 versus 2. I think Führer and Armageddon need to realize, and here actually Führer need to retreat. This is where 4 versus 1 and ACU has no chance.
Yeah,
And they need to realize.
actually now they've seen that all four ACUs are in the middle. Führer is already on his way out. Armageddon should be
Yeah.
following him soon. He is.
An update on Meissen, he has dropped the Hydro and is going to get a factory. As we see a total devastation in the middle. I think in the middle, it's either going to be losses or complete retreat. And I think Führer retreating to a point defense, I think that's going to probably die. Elsewhere, we're seeing the Papa John's Pizza.
Yeah.
You guys have that on the East Coast?
Oh yeah, we do.
Papa
We
John's?
have one
Yeah.
close by. It's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, it's all right. It's definitely something I'd use right now. But yeah, so here you can see that he is very much out of position. There's no reason for him to be making factories way the heck on the left side.
I'm just kind of crying inside right now. We see Meissen's three engineers.
Oh
They
no!
just got killed.
Mission failed. Oh, he had such a great idea, and he almost finished the factory.
Oh my god, this is so stupid. So he suddenly finds himself.
Well, actually, I gotta say one good thing. He is scouting. He is scouting, which we can forgive him.
Yeah. Well, at least he has a
Yes.
plan. You have to give him that. I mean.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you gotta be trying things.
Okay, so enough of that. I feel like kind of a dick
He
now.
is going tech to air, which is good. So the middle has been completely taken over. We can see one team is playing as a team. They can rush tech 2 here, and tech 2 point defenses and cruise missiles completely devastate the bottom team.
Yeah,
so the bottom team needs ideas.
They can get upgrades on their ACUs in a matter of seconds. Now Fury coming back. I have no idea what he wants, but he's coming back.
He wants to get killed. That's the only reason to come back. I think, yeah, there's point defenses going up for Armageddon and Fear. But yeah,
the bottom team, they need to get organized and get upgrades. They need to build units. They need to do something. But right now, this is not good. Especially seeing as the top team is going to be so far ahead because of the reclaim.
It looks like another drop from Eisen. I'm not sure what will happen. As Papa John's here, he's building more and more factories with his ACU. A very slow factory creep up to the top. And I think that's probably the best place to attack for the bottom side. With Cybern up top, they can get quite a bit of map control. Because the bottom corner, I'm not really sure what will happen on the bottom.
So Meissen is absolutely determined to get this Hydro. Here he comes.
He is going to finish. He's going to finish that factory. This is progress.
If the thing drops, of course. Interceptors coming in from the top team. Engineers are
success.
Up. So, you know,
but
actually, if he had units to back this up, this would be a good idea, but units just coming in to kill everything.
Yeah, unless that bomber can do something like that. A point defense would be the way to go here. But
if there was a spam coming up from the main base, this would actually be a nice position to make some factories, some forward factories.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there's just nothing to back it up. Here comes Meissen's ACU, but way too late.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to drop into a secure area here. This is a little too obvious.
And Koff seeking some units around. This could be very painful, seeing as Meissen has yet to make a single land factory. Well, except for the one up top.
He's making mercies. Okay, so this is escalating. This could be interesting because air control is relatively in the bottom team's favor.
Actually,
Papa Joan has been making quite a bit of air.
Yeah, he does have local air control. We see T2 land in the middle for the top team. Mobile missile launchers. Yeah. That's going to destroy everything.
Yeah, that would prevent any kind of defense from the bottom side.
I see T2 land from Armageddon as well, so he's well aware of what's going on. Making TMDs straight off. Just wants to make sure that he won't get TML'd.
Yeah, I mean, once you lose middle, you got to make the mills immediately. I'm really disappointed in Papa John's here. He has a very good-looking force. I think he can make a push together with his ACU against Pascal.
Especially if he joins together with Armageddon and they push the top with both their ACUs. Especially seeing as Papa John has a significant air control, at least in some portions of the map. It could be good. Actually, the top team, well, never mind. I was going to say they have no Aeon, but they have Koff.
Yeah, and Koff actually being aggressive here against Meisen losing mask extractors. This is why having units is good. And he's got a Mercy to defend with, but that will not be mass cost effective if he uses Mercy.
But look at the way that Koff's ACU is sitting in the middle of the map. Well, he's moving back now, so the Mercies would not get there in time. There's 3 Mercies on the field. He just needs 2 more to be able to snipe somebody. Marco Box is on low health.
If somebody gets killed by Meisen, that will be great. That'll make this replay completely worth it. As we see a pretty big push from Papa John's. Papa John's and Armageddon might be thinking about this. Let's see. And I don't know what the plans are for. It looks like, yeah, very defensive, I think, in the middle from the top side. I think they're really kind of squandering this position. Still no cruise missile launcher, which is mind-boggling.
Papa John is not organizing himself too well. He lost a lot of units there. But he is sending a good force to the top. So a good rating for Papa John.
Yeah, there is some tech to mask structures, yeah.
I would love to cast Papa John on the pizza map. That would just be great.
Oh, I'm sure he's got to have a game there, yeah. Pizza is... Let's see here. If I'm really disappointed I don't see gunships from Meisen. I mean, he is getting those mercies, and Meisen up on the front is using his ACU, so he is getting the right ideas. He is upgrading. He nearly has a Tech 2 mask extractor, Tech 2 power generator.
Yeah, well, not only he doesn't just have the right ideas, he has enough mercies to kill someone now. 5 is enough to snipe any ACU.
Yeah.
So he's
a very dangerous noob.
So here he comes. The problem are the interceptors from Marco Box.
Yeah, there's no more ACU now. Tech to flag there as well, so...
Actually...
I think Koff sent something
Meisen is sending them in a terrible location.
Yeah.
Koff going for...
Maybe they'll be inconspicuous there.
I doubt it. Engineers spot them, interceptors come in, and they are getting absolutely murdered. Actually, yeah, no,
That's
yeah,
300 mass per Mercy.
and that's
That was a big investment.
and there goes Myson's base for the most part. His only units are
Yeah,
engineers. Gunship's coming out, but that's too late. And
yeah,
now the bottom side has a huge hole in their defense on the right-hand side. If I were the top team, I would be sending everything to that side of the map and trying to get in.
yeah, for sure. And this is the nature of this map. You can see there's quite a bit of defense for Furrier on one position, but you can go through a different choke point, completely sidestep any kind of defense.
Although it's really not working out too well for Fury. You can see the missile launchers destroying everything. He's going T3 land, but he's not getting that at any sort of decent rate. He's still got some T1 mexes in there.
Yeah, he does not have the eco for it. He is doing a little bit of reclaiming up on top, but he really needs to catch up. And in terms of eco, actually, Armageddon looks like near the top, but Dramak, I mean, he's been in the middle. I imagine he's got a shitload of reclaim. He's at almost 8,000 compared to Armageddon.
And look at his power.
Only at 5,000.
His power compared to
Yeah.
everyone else is just...
Yeah, it's tripling,
Yep.
double and triple. Yeah.
So that's just a huge
Yeah,
advantage there. And from with all that power, his team can get resource allocation. They can build shields. They can do anything they want, really.
Yeah, they're really in a position to win this unless something bad happens, which can always happen. Gunships for Maizen on the bottom.
And also some swift wins, which could actually be pretty helpful, seeing that Koff isn't making swift wins of his own.
Yeah, there is actually not too much air. There's some tech to flag for the top side, but neither team really utilizing air to a high degree.
Mercy's now from Koff, so he took some lessons from Maizen there.
Yeah, it's payback, and he's nearly got a Tech 3 Mask Extractor. Now, I don't really agree with the way that Koff is upgrading this one. He's getting Tech 3 first and then the Mass Storages. I think like to get Mass Storages, then Tech 3. But I understand why not to get Mass Storages everywhere, but I think on the one that you're upgrading, it's nice to get that bonus right away.
Yeah, when you have a very limited number, I can understand going T3 first, but I agree with you. It's probably better to make the storages and then go T3. It's just so you get the upgrade while the bonus while you're upgrading, so you don't have to wait.
Yeah, and you're getting the bonus exactly. Yeah, and right now well, that's details. As we see Furier here getting pushed back. These mobile missile launchers from Cybern, very difficult to contain. As we see gunships now for Maizen. I imagine Maizen might actually be a decent 1v1 player if he doesn't run into Tech 2 flag, because he has some crazy ideas that could really surprise people. These are much more difficult to pull off in a team game, where usually somebody on the other side has some weapon that will counter you.
But actually, we see lots of air from the top team, especially Pascal has been making lots of interceptors.
Oh yeah.
So actually, the road for Mercy Snipes isn't looking too bad for the top team. They have so many interceptors they can cover some area. But
yeah, and I think both Papa John's and Maizen are very good targets to get sniped. I think Furier now getting some shields and stealth, he might be a little more difficult. I'm not sure where Armageddon is. Armageddon's a little further back.
Armageddon now, he has got Tech 3 land. So it's not really good when Armageddon has Tech 3 land. It's generally bad.
Yeah. A Tech 3 engineer for Furier, perhaps a Tech 3 point defense creep, that could change some things. Tech 3 point defenses on this map are actually quite powerful. And they can cover entire areas where you can't really go around them.
Yeah, so I think actually T3 PDs are definitely the way back. Because as you can see, the top team doesn't they don't have anything to outrange the T3 PDs except for these cruise missiles maybe, but that's not cost effective in the slightest.
Yeah, I think they could rush Tech 3 land pretty quickly if they saw Tech 3 point defense, but it would still be a problem.
I thought one of them had Tech 3 land, but apparently they don't. I think the two front players for the bottom team are the only ones that have it.
Yeah, at this point, people are just getting Tech 3 mass extractors here. I think on both sides, it's a bit of a eco war with the Ramak winning this one.
So Armageddon with some T3 arties, and if he puts them on this ledge, there's a bit of natural protection.
Oh yeah, this is going to be very good looking artillery. I've actually never really zoomed in on these. They look kind of weird. Yeah, you should take some shots of what this arty looks like. It's kind of crazy, and it's got pretty long range.
Yeah, definitely. From this position, it's actually it would be really hard to hit with Cybern PDs, especially.
Oh yeah, so much splash and Cybern or Seraphim Tech 2 artillery, Tech 3 artillery. You might not see the splash, but it's actually very large. It's a 6. Cybern is a 7. It's one more, but compared to the rest, the Seraphim artillery are very
Yeah, you can
powerful.
see it struck the shield there and still impacted those PDs on the outside, even though they're pretty far away. So that's a huge area of effect.
Oh, and a Tech 3 shield. So we're gonna see a nice showcase of Tech 3 Seraphim uh, land, and I think it's
Your voice is completely losing. I can't hear you at all. Okay, looks like TA is having some mic difficulties, so I will carry on heroically. So yeah, as we said, we see some T3 Arties. Very good use of T3 from Armageddon. And actually, with these drops here, he has some transports. He could take some of these Othams and put them into transports and drop them all over the map. Could be quite powerful. As we see Koff on resource allocation, Ramek has had this power advantage the entire game. So it's really allowing his team to do a lot of things that the other team can't. Once Koff gets this resource allocation, he'll be in a really good position. And I'm going to find out what's going on with TA. Alright, technical difficulties sorted out. TA is back in here. We're a few seconds farther than what I cut it off at, but it should be fine now. As we see, Armageddon
back to sync up.
he has destroyed most of the T2 PDs and most of the infrastructure in the middle, and he's going to push through with his Othams. He's not going to use them for drops, even though he has these T1 transports.
And Tech 3 point defense as well, which is kind of late. I think if they were talking to each other, this Tech 3 point defense could have been held off. No reason to build it there. It'll be good defense later on.
And, you know, the top team has lost all their stuff in the middle. Armageddon can just run everything over now.
Yeah, and Tech 3, this will be very difficult to stop. There's a Megalith from Ramak, but I think that's not going to finish. And yeah, it's just a free path to destroy anything you want for Armageddon. He also needs to scout to see the best targets and not to run into some ACUs. As we see also a bit of a fight here between Maizen. I think Maizen is getting better as the game continues here. He's actually making land and some Tech 2 land.
He's definitely at least going to hold his side. He won't get run over anytime soon. So that's a positive for his team. And here's the top team getting run over in the middle. Koff on low health. He just got the resource allocation.
And this is so good from Armageddon. He didn't send his Tech 3 units at the ACUs. He sent them somewhere else. He attacked with Tech 1 and then bombarded with the Tech 3 already.
Hey, here comes the Tech 3 already under shields. And it's going to be shooting from close range, it seems. Koff is in danger here, actually. He's in significant danger.
Tech 3 already, I think if it moves a little further up, it can target Pascal's ACU and all those units. It can really wipe things out. As we're seeing the
pillars from Furrier attacking Koff as well as the T1 from Armageddon. He should have been moving in there.
Oh, Koff is gonna die.
No, he's not. I think he's fine.
A couple arty shots on that ACU and he'd be dead.
Yeah, if there are some arty shots that hit, he
As
will
we see
die.
the Othams just dominating here against Tech 2. 3 very good looking tanks.
The Ilshivas have no chance right now. They're just getting outclassed.
Yeah, Tech 3, this tank right here, I mean, if you're facing him with Aeon, it's just a nightmare. I think if you have Perseus, you can face him, but it rapes everything else.
The Megalith actually going up pretty fast. Ramek will swing his ACU around. If the siege tanks get too close, they can get overcharged. But if this Megalith goes up, which it's looking like it probably will, that's actually going to be very difficult to stop. We can always
Megalith will be a problem.
We can always count on Maizen with his mercies, though.
That's true. Or, yeah, that's pretty much all he could do here. But you can see how the entire team is building, or at least Ramak is hoping that he would get some assistance, but Marco Box decided not to participate in this venture.
He feels that it would be a bad investment, so he's not going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got better plans. What is he making? He's making mongoose. I don't know. Let's see what's going on with Papa John here. He's doing not much. They need to be thinking of an experimental here, which I don't think anybody on their side is thinking that.
One thing I did learn from watching the tag team play a while ago, and that I do with my BC clanmates sometimes, you can just give all your eco to somebody temporarily, and they can rush something very
Yeah.
quickly, and then they'll give it
That
back.
requires trust. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That's great. But there's some people you just wouldn't give your ego to,
Yeah.
no
Well,
matter if it's. I don't think if it's a team game and you're looking to win as a team, that's exactly what needs to happen.
if you just give all your mexes, all your storages, all your P-gens to someone for a few seconds, they can rush something very quickly and then give you your eco back. That's
Actually, it's very liberating to do that. When you do that, you can spend those few minutes watching the map, and you can actually get quite a bit of good intel because you're not busy doing all the things that you usually do.
Yeah, you can understand what's going on, and it's also much more efficient than giving people engineers to assist, because when you do that, they're still building their own stuff, so their mass gets distributed. But if you just give all your eco, it's much more focused on the one
Or
experimental.
there's another option. You can get the eco manager and set your thresholds to 0, and you don't have to share any mass extractors. It does it automatically. You just pause all your build capacity.
Yeah, you can do that as well.
But
that's
of course, that's not an overpowered mod. Not at all.
no. It doesn't give unfair advantages. But the Megalith is about to finish. So before minute 20, the top team has a Megalith. And what does the bottom team have? Well, they have Armageddon. That's always a plus.
They have Armageddon, and they have basically 3 noobs that they can throw into the Megalith's path, but it's not going to do too much damage. And it's a question, maybe Ramak will screw up the micro here somehow. The tanks for Armageddon have been absolutely brutal. One of the tanks has 50 kills.
Yeah, the other 38. They're just rampaging through everything. But they really have no chance against the Megalith. They have to pull back. Armageddon will realize
they don't
this
want
now.
Yeah, he needs to not do what he's doing. He needs to turn around, run.
This is not a battle that Armageddon wants. Now he's realizing
There is some tech 3-point defenses for Fury, so those in large numbers might be able to stop the Megalith if the Megalith doesn't use the range.
Of course, with the Megalith, you can always get it to walk backwards. It's a very useful trick that should be used more often.
Very sad end for those Authams. They did a lot of damage.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was hoping the 50 kill one would survive, but it hasn't. Megalith is chicken. Yes, the bottom team is putting everything into a chicken, and this is exactly where I'm saying everybody should just give their eco to Armageddon.
And they could build that chicken very quickly. I mean, if you add up all the mass production from Papa John, who's actually got a very good eco now.
Papa John at least, yeah.
And 55, it's still good. I mean, if you have like plus 100, you can make experimental in a little under 3 minutes. Actually, it's about 3 minutes if you have plus 100 mass. If you have like 300 mass, you can make it in a minute. Those are approximate numbers. Depends on the experimental.
Yeah, of course. But it's still going up pretty fast. I wonder if they're running off of storage right now. Oh, they're not. At least Armageddon isn't. He is getting mass donations from Papa John. So, free pizza there to throw into the chicken.
Oh, it's a chicken pizza, yeah. That's exactly good. As the Megalith is taking its time sitting in the middle, but I guess it's just using the range, yep. Picking off the tech 3-point defense.
There is actually sort of a reason for it to rush here. It can take on the chicken in a one-on-one fight if it micros properly, but it really shouldn't be taking this long.
If the chicken gets close and dies next to it, it'll be 2 nice wrecks for the bottom side.
And that's actually exactly what they want if they could get a draw between these 2 experimentals. Especially if it was close by to their bases, and the chicken is about to finish. So a very, very quick response experimental from the bottom team.
That's Armageddon. I'm sure he organized this whole thing. And this is where you see that experimental. A lot of teams would just give up. But if you realize you're still in a good position, as we see some good Tech 3 artillery on the top from Papa John.
If you look at this, Mercy's coming in, and if the Mercies can weaken the Megalith...
Oh, Maizen!
Just by a little bit. The Megalith's pathetic AA is just enough to take out a Mercy.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, but that will actually scare the Megalith away. And actually, Megalith, enraged by Maizen's antics here, will go against his ACU. And I don't think that's really what you want to do. Is you don't want to take out the weakest player.
Yeah, that's actually a terrible idea. If that base goes to Armageddon, that's just even more eco for him and even more stuff that he can make. As we see T3 air coming up for Maizen, so he's not done with his air.
Yeah, the Megalith looks like will be turned back. So a good move from Ramak, safe move. But in terms of map control, you can see there's been much evened out. As here Pascal could be in trouble. It's a bit of a Tech 3 on Tech 3 fight
And
with Cyber and Artillery.
you never want to get into a Tech 3 arty fight with Cybern. It's just one of the worst things you can do.
So he does have Seraphim shields, but still, it's not something you'll want to take your chances with. Let's see what happens with these experimentals. This will be critical, whether or not Armageddon will continue to push through. And we do see another Megalith has been started.
Some T3 units from Furier Titans. I don't really like these Titans here. I think they're too close to the Megalith. They might be able to feed it free mass.
Too late for the Titans.
Oh,
look at the Strat bombers.
Strats coming in from Koff.
Those are nice, but I think that was a wrong target.
It's a bit suicidal. If those had gone after power or mexes or something, those could have been effective. So they are going to get another.
You got to remember, those are 2,000, but hitting this experimental that has very good regeneration. I mean, it's just going to get its health back. There was no damage done basically.
Yeah,
if those strats hit the power or build capacity, something else, it could have been much better. As we see Papa John's here getting counterattacked, the Autumn's deciding that enough is enough on that artillery, pushing back. So could be some problems as bricks come in as well.
Yeah, Papa John has some bricks. The bricks should target fire down the Autumn's though, which is not really happening. They need to target them.
You used to use the range. You don't want to get close to the Autumn's. Yeah, it's a brick oven here for the pizza maker.
That's exactly.
And he's got to come back. Oh, look at that splash on the Cyber Arty. That's beautiful.
Some friendly fire, some enemy fire. It's just there's all kinds of fire here today.
Yeah, and the bricks you do not want close to an Autumn. It's very tragic. Bricks have very long range. You just gotta put some stealth on them and then kite all day, and they're extremely annoying.
But suddenly Armageddon has yet another problem that he has to deal with. Which
yeah, he's got another noob to save, yeah.
This northern section here. Actually, with all this T3 air production from Papa John, he should... I mean, some T3 gunships wouldn't be a bad idea here.
Yeah, there's not too much flak, no flak at all, and that's the HQ, Tech 3 HQ. This is why you gotta put your HQs back home. A bug? Yep. Yeah, that's probably a bad idea. Yeah, Tech 3 gunships are coming out.
Looks like he realized that the bug is a bad idea. He's not going to do anything with it. Maybe that's just there to freak the other team out if they were to scout.
Yeah, it's always a good idea. Put all kinds of experimentals just started. Just, yeah, I think I'm going to just start doing that. There's no reason not to. It doesn't really cost you anything. Yeah, it makes people wonder.
If you just start experimentals and then it just never shows up even though they've been preparing for it, and then they scout and it hasn't been done anything, it hasn't even made any progress, and then
when you actually start one, they can't assume that you're actually going to do it. So it has a very good long-term effect. As we see Armageddon here doing some countering with the Autumns. Yeah, that'll be a nice reclamation field for the bottom side.
Actually, an insane reclamation field here.
Yeah, it needs to get another Tech 3 land factory. I think you want to get the Brooks back. Although, actually, I think at this point, I'll just give everybody UEF and have, or maybe just have one player spam Percy's. No reason to make anything but Percy's.
T3 radar now coming up for Armageddon. He'll be able to see the whole map. I don't know if the top team has one yet. They actually
I think I've seen him making one. It's next to the Megalith. No, it's Tech 2 radar. No, not yet. An anti-nuke for Ramak. Let's see what else.
Yeah, he's starting another Megalith. Just
as nukes could be very on these maps after the Tech 3 stage. Nukes are very often the deciding factor. You got to be looking for those.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially when the T3 SMDs become difficult to protect, then sniping those and nuking becomes a very important strategy.
Spread them out.
And really now there's not too much to talk about. The main focus here is reclaiming the huge field.
I think who's going to get the reclaim faster, yeah.
And Armageddon is definitely winning that fight. He's on it almost instantly. Pascal's getting a few Tech 1 wrecks, but Armageddon is getting the real juicy stuff. Armageddon is
This is where you want to have a lot of power to be able to utilize it. And actually, in terms of power, it's disappointing. I think neither side really has spammed too much power.
Actually, if you think about it, Armageddon got that T3 radar at the worst possible time. Right as he's getting a whole bunch of mass, he wants to have power to use that mass, but he just made a T3 radar, which is draining all his power. It's really
I
not
think
good.
I remember Koff. I've seen Koff before. He has a relatively low rating, but he's actually a very good player. I think I've faced him in these before. And you can see he knows exactly what he's doing. He's got a very good looking Air Force.
I've actually noticed that about quite a lot of these, especially Scandinavian players. I don't know what it is with them, but Finns and Swedes, even though they have low ratings, they end up being really good. It's a
They just
bit-
play these team games. They don't really bother with the rating, I think. And it actually allows them to get into some really good games. Because yeah, then you don't really know when it's stacked or not. Because when we looked at this at first, it looked like the bottom side with Armageddon was much better, but you can't really say that. It's 4 solid players on top.
Here are some snipers from Armageddon that have the potential to do real damage unless the Megalith can get some shots on them, and then that'll suck. Because the snipers are made out of paper.
Oh yeah, these are, but this is the Seraphim snipers. These have longer range. These are nice.
The chicken
And do
is
they
going
have-
to go in front, and the shields are back online. The shields plus the snipers are a very strong combination. The shields could actually win the experimental fight here for Armageddon. If there's going to be one.
If you're Seraphim and you're at the Tech 3 stage and you have shields, that is the time to start making Tech 1 artillery again, because that arty together with the shields is an extremely potent weapon.
So I'm going to say for the first time some poor teamwork from the top side. Marco making a Fat Boy and Ramak making a Megalith, making them separately. Here comes Strap Bombers from Koff.
Oh, this is very bad
This is
for
good.
Armageddon.
Yeah, this is going to finish off the chicken with no problem.
That chicken should have been walking toward the Megalith this entire time, because now it's going to die next to its own units, and the Megalith is not going to take no damage.
The Megalith is going to take damage from the snipers if the snipers would move, but the snipers are going to kill themselves over this dead chicken.
And a bit of an air fight now. A Koff doing a little bit of micro.
Looks like all the Strap Bombers have been sniped. That will allow Koff to win air. These gunships need to move back immediately if they don't want to die. Second chicken almost online for Armageddon. That is something.
That's going to be critical because we have a big chunk of mass in the middle. Snipers dying. That's so sad. But very close air between these two sides.
Marco Box is in trouble. What is this?
Oh my God, Maizen. He's but it's just Auroras and Titans are going to protect as a fatty.
There's a Harby.
Fatty's coming up.
There's a Harby.
And some artillery.
This
A and an arty.
This stuff needs to be targeting. Why is the Harpy not targeting him? Marco Box. Some Serenities in the back here. This is a bit ridiculous, actually. This is really
Oh, wow. But he's got to do overcharges. Of course, that's not a real gun. That's a fake gun, and he's going to pay for it. Oh, no. As I think the middle will be claimed by the top side. As Marco Box here needs to do more overcharges. I don't know if does he not have power storage?
Yeah, there goes the Harby. So
Okay.
that's a decent idea. I mean, they almost caught him out.
This artillery from Maizen could be very potent if it targets that UEF, the Fat Boy. It could either hit those engineers or hit the fatty with no shield on. Could be quite potent. Although now it looks like the arty will be countered.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, yeah, he might actually be able to. Will
Kill
that?
it. One more shell.
Will the shell?
I think it will happen.
No, it won't. Strap bomber coming in. The
Could
strap
have been
bomber.
great. Oh, this could be a great.
Oh
Maizen,
no!
I mean,
No! Come on, wrong target. No, turn around, and the Sams will kill it. That strat could have easily killed the
big missed
fatty.
opportunity.
Now two
Yeah.
Megaliths in the middle for Rama, starting to look scary.
Yeah, 2 megas is nothing to be complacent about. This is bad. And you can see now it's a battle over the middle wreck where the chicken is going to try to target. Yeah, he's going to deny those engines. And that wreck is still pretty much full. And the Megalith is almost dead. Although the second Megalith is coming up, I'm not sure if Armageddon knows about it.
Yeah, no, he's definitely aware of it. He can see that it's a Megalith. So
Yeah, he's going to turn around.
He's running around. He has denied the engineers in the middle, so that's probably what he wanted to accomplish there.
Bug is nearly complete for Papa John's.
The problem is the air, obviously. But if he were to get an air fight over all this flak that Armageddon has, could go his way. Especially if he has to have the bug hover over all that.
The Bug is going to have to counter these Megaliths.
But here comes
there's 2 Megaliths and Fatty.
Yeah, the fatty coming out,
Oh.
and both the Megaliths and the fatty are capable of producing Tech 2 flak
They have
very
range.
quickly.
Yeah.
The Megaliths.
Yeah, this chicken, I don't really like how Armageddon's using this chicken. I think if you use the chicken, you gotta be walking towards your target.
And that chicken has just been wasted.
Yeah, either retreat or target. So the only experimental is the bug, nothing else. Is there another chicken? No.
I mean, the
This
one
could be very bad now for the bottom side.
The unhealthy Megalith is a good
Holy
target for the
shit.
bug, but not much else
Yeah.
can be done. The fatty might
I
also
think
be
one
a decent
Megalith is
target.
gonna go down. As Myzen started a donut. Meanwhile, it looks like the fatty will attack Myzen's side base.
Now, if the bottom side could find some way, any way of sniping somebody, that could turn the game because some units would get destroyed. If they could snipe Ramak, for example, that would be
With the bug
extremely
right
good.
now, just straight up. Yeah, I think so. That could be. But there's so much ASF from
Yeah,
Cough.
and also flak and everything else. Here comes the bug. At least he's
The
going to target
Megalith is getting so much veterancy now.
Perses
And actually here, the
Titans.
proper micro against the Megalith with the Titans or any other Tech 3, if you get behind it, it can't shoot you. So you can just fire on it the entire game, the whole time.
You surround it, you get underneath it, you get in as many different spots as you can. And actually, it's going low on health here.
Yeah, you don't want to get close. Yeah, you don't want to stand in front of it. Yeah, this is proper micro. This is nice. This is Guile's favorite experimental, getting raped in the ass.
And the other one
by,
is getting raped even harder.
Oh, this is great. Oh, it had to turn around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, now it's going to get
now the
two beautiful chunks of mass
the bug,
delivered.
it can come in and stab the Megalith in the back now if it wants. Actually, this is...
Scal announcing to everybody that his RAS is done. Of course, that's just a mod.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny anyway.
It's actually quite a nice mod. I got it, and I don't even have to worry about saying it anymore. It's kind of nice. And that Megalith is going to die as well.
I did not predict this. Holy shit, I have no respect for Megaliths at all anymore. I have a lot more respect for Perseus. I mean, they just took this and single-handedly... No.
Now he's going for the fatty. He wants even more.
Yeah, there's a lot of flak here, though.
With the AoE and with the very low health of the fatty.
Oh,
though,
a bug from Brahmak. I did not see. It might be a bug-on-bug battle here. But I think ASF...
Actually, the
players,
AoE has killed all the flag. That was amazing. And the fatty will go down.
Bug is so good. This is
thing,
going to be good veterancy.
This thing has killed 3 experimentals.
Oh, and an air fight now. I think if the bug gets involved in this, Koff seems to know what to do with a micro much better than Papa John's. But I think the bug here, if it tanks a bit of the damage,
yeah, but I think sheer numbers will win it for Papa John. So bottom teams clawed their way back into the game. GC is out for Koff. GC is out. Fatty on the way, as well as a chicken for the bottom side. But now, of course, the problem is all this mass has been delivered. Actually, it's pretty evenly distributed. 2 experimental wrecks on each side.
I gotta say, this is a beautiful map, and we're seeing a bit of a Tech 3 artillery, Tech 3 tank battle here in Armageddon's base.
Look, Marco Box is probably going to die here. Oh, this is going to be so close. This is going to be so close. He's doing
very nice micro.
He's trying to dodge back and forth.
That shield is gonna go back on. That shield is gonna go.
Oh my god. Why is he going outside the shield? He's gonna take some more damage here. And Marco Box dies.
Oh wow, that was very close, but that was great. At the same time, we're seeing Tech 3 tanks from Pascal inside Armageddon's base. This is crazy.
Armageddon is in position with the gun. He can overcharge, assuming he has the power. He does. Sniper bot's also in position. But
very timely shields.
There goes Marco Box, and a fatty that was almost done is gonna get self-destructed here. That's a huge blow to the top team, actually.
Oh, it was almost. Oh, so close. He almost completed it.
It's a good chunk of mass.
And I gotta say, this now is the bottom side's team. And the donut is about 1/5 of the way there. I'd love to see Myzen get that donut. Who's got restorers. He's playing beautifully. Although this GC could be a problem. But it should be countered here by these resties. Yeah, it'll take a little while. But
and a Fat Boy coming up, there's Percival's available. I think this GC should be defendable.
It'd be a nice mass delivery. Yeah, Strat Bombers from Armageddon. And there's really no way that the top side can secure the reclaim in the middle, as we already see Furrier going for that far Megalith.
With drones.
He's got a whole bunch of drones.
this
Beautiful, yeah.
This is absolutely perfect play right now. It's exactly what you want. And with these drones, well, no, there's flak in the area. Looks like the top team will secure these 3 wrecks over here, but there's 3 wrecks for the bottom team to secure, so it's pretty even in terms of mass deposited. But it looks like the GC is going to be nothing more than a mass gift.
Yeah, that's very bad play there from Koff. Even though the bottom side looked pretty good now, they're definitely not out of the woods yet. I mean, it's very vulnerable still. Although Armageddon looks like he has a pretty decent base, it's still a possibility of snipes. Things like Tech 3 bombers in Koff's base. There's another bug. There's going to be a second bug. And if air is lost for whatever reason, it could be very bad for the bottom side.
Papa John has a huge responsibility, which is just to not lose air. Or at least to not lose it so bad that they will get sniped.
He could have made a mistake there. He's paying attention. You can see Koff was trying to lure him in, and you don't want to fight over Koff's space. A lot of Tech 3 onto air. As a strat bomber from Armageddon kind of got lost there.
So there's going to be a Megalith, a Fat Boy, and a Chicken for the bottom side. And this Tsar is being constructed at
I'm
a
very
slow
surprised there
rate.
is... I do see some quantum gateways. I don't see any nukes. I'm very surprised there is no nukes from anybody. Very disappointed.
I guess everyone is expecting the others to have SMDs. So
true.
This is just experimental construction at this point. But surprisingly, the top team
Might see a bit of an air fight here in the bottom right corner.
The top team is taking a long time to secure their dead allies' base, which is a bit of a mistake. They really should be getting that as fast as they can. I think Papa John will win this air fight. He's got the numbers and the restorers from Maizen making a huge difference.
That was a mistake from Koff. And those Harbies that are sitting in Marker Box old base, that could be set to patrol and they reclaim those wrecks.
Yes, absolutely. And just, I mean, Ramak has mass sitting next to his ACU that he's not picking up. Dead T3 mexes.
Pascal has been probing with the Tech 3 tanks, but really they're just small groups. They did kill a mass extractor, they're not going to kill much more.
Looks like quantum gateways going up for most of the players on this map. Support commanders have been a big trend recently because they've been found to be very powerful.
SCUs are beautiful. They're really good. I mean, teleporting is very good. And a Megalith for Papa John.
Yeah, the experimental count just continues to go up, and these 2 wrecks are still here. I don't know why. Armageddon could have picked those up a long time ago.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
Maizen asking for nuke scouting, and if he gets that Tsar, which he might get it if he has enough time, if he gets that and drops it on somebody, that's a good way to snipe. It really is.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how Maizen plays. He's been playing very creative. I think he made some mistakes, but I think he's playing quite well. And he's been using restorers to help his side.
If you look at the way some players are positioned, like Ramak, if the Tsar were to finish right now, Ramak would die. They're not really protecting themselves too well up here, so they're pretty vulnerable.
That's a big part of the game. Usually people are really busy about ecoing and looking for targets. They forget about their ACU, and that's really the point of the game, is to kill out the ACU, which can sometimes be much easier than you think. And that's really something I make that mistake very often.
And now we see Papa John and Fury picking up those 2 experimental wrecks. Jeez. But Armageddon is still taking his time about it. Even Maizen is getting in on it. He's reclaiming the GC, so he knows what to do at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's just so much mess. No matter where I look on this map, I see big chunks of mess. It's pretty ridiculous. Remember the Farks from Total Annihilation? Those would have taken care of this. I'd love to see those make a comeback.
Yeah, sorry, I never played Total Annihilation.
Oh, the Fark is a beautiful. It was like an engineer that had really high build capacity. It was very quick. You can get it out into the reg fields. It was a little better than regular engineers. Had a little health, and yeah, it was a beautiful thing.
So
and now, in terms of,
so you're basically describing a useful Sparky.
Yes, a useful Sparky, and it wasn't too expensive. It was basically the main unit of build capacity for ARM and Total Annihilation. The in terms of power, we see Armageddon really running away here. Although Ramak and Armageddon really leading.
2 GCs out for Koff now. And the 2 bugs out for Armageddon, as well as all this ASF from Pascal, which seems to have come out of nowhere.
Oh, wow.
So suddenly we're looking at
So much ASF.
Actually, from 3 players on the top team, it's suddenly become
Yeah, they
very
just basically
difficult once
switched to...
again.
yeah, this is now interesting.
Yeah, it's very close again.
Yeah, we see these experimentals on the ground in the middle with all this flak. This is kind of the position that the top side was in a little while ago, and you can see that didn't end well. But now the top side have extremely good air force with 2 bugs, and I think those 2 bugs might think about going in and just killing somebody. I mean, looking at Armageddon's ACU, there's no reason why those 2 bugs couldn't kill it right now.
And if
now it'd be game over.
If they go right into the middle, we saw the AOE of the bug in action earlier. They can kill all this flak in a matter of seconds, and then it's going to be irrelevant. All this stuff can then die. See, the Megalith is busy constructing flak. You don't really see the Megalith building stuff too often, but it's actually quite effective. You can build things pretty
Just
quickly.
waiting for something, it might as well do it. It's a cool concept with these eggs, but...
And you can actually have engineers assist the eggs. You can leave the eggs and then have something else build it. It's just like any other structure.
Yeah, it takes a little micro to do that, though. It's kind of annoying.
So yeah, and we still have experimental Rex for the top team, so they're still not going to run out of mass anytime soon. Papa John is now in the lead in score. He must have been doing something right. Although you can't really read into the score too much.
I think he's been making a lot of bugs. I think when you make experimentals, your score goes up quite a bit. He's also been having a lot of SF battles, which he's won, but although he lost the last one. Yeah, and this Fatty, together with some nice stealth from Furrier. Furrier, a very good UEF player, it seems. Yeah, and a lot of Tech 3 anti-air. This is nice drones assisting Tech 3 engineers in the middle. A lot of build capacity in the middle. They can get, if they get some more shields, more Tech 3 anti-air, this is definitely not a place you want to fly.
It looks like GCs are splitting up, coming in from 2 different angles. That's a good move from Koff. As the Fat Boy can shoot in 2 different directions at once, but the fire will be reduced if it does that, so it's difficult to deal with GCs coming in at different angles. One of them is set to micro back and forth, another good move. And the Fat Boy
really want to do this?
Fat Boy is now being targeted by both GCs. It should be soon.
You can see this Megalith busy having babies. It's not going to help the Fatty. That's ridiculous. And this is why the flak is so nice. You can see all that ASF. Yeah, it's not... That was a bit of a lost... it was not very well played by the bottom side. Papa John's with the Megalith. And this is where the Megalith does not this battle. 2 GCs will dominate a Megalith.
So now look at this.
They did lose a lot of health.
Look at this developing from Rise, and he's got 20 restorers here or something like that. The Tsar is almost done, and there's an obscene amount of flak here. So they could have an air fight here and easily win it.
There's a mistake against the donut. You don't want to fly underneath it. Then it could be very bad.
Oh, wow. Strap Bomber's coming in to turn an experimental battle once again.
Ow. And did you see all them? Did you see them die, though? Oh, my God.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm looking at the ASF coming in, and they're going to get brutalized right now.
That flag, look at it from the bottom. Just go really low, and then watch the flag shoot up. It's just like... Oh, that hurt.
Oh, there goes the Megalith, but the GC...
Maizen comes in at a critical point to clean up the experimental battle.
The GC should fall soon. Another bug from Papa John. And
Papa John making a mistake. He needs to fall back.
Just fall back to where you have all this flak. There's really no reason to move your ASF anywhere else.
Yeah, as long as you're disciplined about where your air is, and yep, Papa John's not disciplined about where the air is, and he's going to lose all of his ASF. Bad mistake.
Suddenly they're going to rely on their flak. T2 gunships and the Soul Ripper doing great work against the Othams, actually taking them out.
But why is the flag leaving the field? The flag is leaving. They're not talking to each other.
This is not good. Actually, both players are treating them for unknown reasons.
Oh, they've been abandoned. Yeah, this is horrible. The bug needs to retreat.
The operator of the Soul Ripper furious with his teammates.
Yeah, they're like, who need... Although...
Oh my
That's exactly what happened. But the solar, yeah, he's gonna come back. He's gonna be alive. He's gonna tell the story. Let's see, the two bugs on the right side now coming in, and I think is the donut. The donut is nearly done, but
So
it's done at a very bad point here.
So what we're
because
seeing now
there's
is an army of flak versus an army of air experimentals. That's essentially what we're seeing here. The Tsar is done now for Maizen.
needs to hide it somewhere because actually the funniest thing would be if that Tsar got killed right above Maizen's ACU. It'd be really sad.
And
Or above Armageddon's ACU, it'd be even sadder.
So, stuff like that has happened before, so
Yes.
it's entirely conceivable.
Oh wow, what a great push though from the top side. They looked so bad, and suddenly all that air and a couple of mistakes. And you can see in this game you might be looking good, but a few micro mistakes. And this is why this game is huge on micro.
And
you can have really good units, and it's
here come the two bugs to come and rape Maizen's base if they can.
yeah. I think this might be the end of Maizen. Very sad. He needs to use that donut as soon as possible.
Or he needs to give it now and have somebody use it. Well, actually, even if he gives it, it'll die soon.
Yeah, it'll die. So that donut needs to go for a kill.
Yeah,
Or
actually,
it needs to die where it can be reclaimed. And Maizen.
Yeah. They're asking him to kill the anti-nuke. Do they have a nuke? I'm not seeing a nuke.
I don't see a nuke either, but I guess that's something that they could kill.
And Maizen
Yeah,
is about to bite the dust here.
Very well played by him. Very entertaining. I'm really glad he was in this.
Actually, the Pascal might make the mistake here of flying under the beam. And where's this bug? Where's it even going? Yo, if it were to crash on this power, but it's not doing that. That's
Where is?
It's because he's dead now and he can't give it new orders. It just sucks.
He's gonna kill the Omni.
It's just gonna do whatever it wants now. And the nuke, where is this nuke coming from? Oh, a hidden nuke that...
We're just blind, hidden in plain sight. Yeah. But where's...
He's targeting right
so
in the...
tragic.
Yeah,
but is there an anti-nuke?
I think he killed it. That looks like an anti...
Oh, there it is. He killed it. Yeah. So Maizen, after he died, wins the game. I can't believe
Or
this.
at least makes a very big contribution towards winning the game. There's a bug in
This is so devastating.
Oh my god.
This sucks to have happened to you. I mean,
that's everything. That's his entire base. Everything. All the mexes, all the power. He's got nothing.
Look, his power went from 22k to 6k.
The problem is, though, that Papa John has had his base demolished by a soul
Holy
ripper.
shit, I totally forgot this. Look at the bug. Oh, never mind. This is still even. Holy shit.
It is now Armageddon and Furier versus a whole bunch of units.
And you can see Armageddon's base. This is a very big turtle. Look at all those shields. Very difficult to take down.
This bug might even make it out alive if it runs. And yeah, a veterancy. A backup
66 kills. And there's ASF who's going to come in. It's going to try to protect. And in the middle, there is a battle where a chicken is nearly dead. And this is a lot of... Oh, this is just Harvey, so they're not going to do too much.
Yeah, the AoE of the chicken should deal with this. No problem.
The bug should not... It was thrown away, I think. There's no reason to lose that bug. One thing that's a problem for the top side, they don't have they need to get an anti-nuke, because that nuke is going to fire again. And an Awasa from Pascal, halfway done.
An Awasa, with so many shields around, I don't know how effective an Awasa is going to be. If you look at the
Might kill the nuke.
flak,
might get 2 shots.
That's questionable. I don't know. And if the bottom side sees that Awasa, they will just make some more T3 shields. GC coming in from the top side. This looks like it's going to be another match.
Look at how much dead shit there is everywhere.
Only in Supreme Commander, I swear.
Yeah, this is why this is the greatest game ever. I mean, what else could come close to this?
You can talk about the eco. You can talk about the way
I can talk about a fucking flag for 2 hours.
You can talk
just
about whatever.
all different situations.
But if you look at any difference between this and a game, it all comes down to this. Just look at what you can get in this game, and then tell me how any game can match it. It's just ridiculous.
The depth is unfathomable. I don't think I haven't seen even close to how far this goes.
What is this?
And Koff has just paused the game.
Which means what? That we have to wait for him to unpause it?
Which means this sucks. Oh, fuck. No. You know what's gonna have to happen?
What?
We're gonna have to reload the game without this program and watch it from 46 minutes.
What are you talking about?
If a player pauses it, it fucks the game. It fucks the replay. We can't unpause. Well, I'll fuck with it, but I don't think we can, because I've seen this before.
Wait, if you were to leave, would I be able to finish it off?
I will definitely try it.
I don't know.
Wait, is it moving?
No, wait. No.
It's moving in the it's sending it.
It
was sending it.
If we just wait until the game time where he unpauses it, wouldn't that work?
Maybe. I think we tried that and it.
Or is it just gonna stay like this until we do something?
Because it says a replay state stopped or started.